Beloved strangers, accidental pilgrims, unclaimed spirits tuning in from living rooms and coffee stained kitchens, welcome to the Church of Joy, the sanctuary of the spiritually allergic and terminally curious. Today's sermon is for the ones who find themselves standing at the margins, not because you choose to be unique, but because no matter how you contort yourself, something in you just doesn't fit. This is for the skeptics, the overthinkers, the doubters who keep coming back anyway. People too smart to pretend and too tired to argue with their own hope. My name is Nicodemus, or today perhaps just your friendly neighborhood priestess of paradox. I'm not a priest, not a pastor, not a preacher. Priestess of paradox, the title no bishop ever bestowed, but life itself demanded. You see, I was not called by thunder, nor by a burning bush. No, my calling came on a Monday when I realized that I had been repurposed without my consent. My faith, whatever was left of it, felt like a patchwork held together with threadbare questions. And so, in the ruins of certainty, a new vocation arrived. I'm here for the ones who belong to the in between, for the ones who can't play by old rules and who don't quite know the new rules yet. We don't fit the categories, but we know that every truth worth believing is tattooed with its own contradiction. So, what's a priestess of paradox? What the hell are we doing here? Let's start at the bottom. Religion is obsessed with answers. The world rewards conviction, but you know already that the holiest people that you've ever met weren't the ones with all the answers, but they're the ones who could hold a contradiction without flinching. I'm not selling certainty. I am officiating a marriage of opposites to witness a sacred ceremony where loss and joy sit side by side. I baptize confusion and call it holy. You are allowed to feel wrecked. You're allowed to not know what comes next. You're allowed to stand at the edge of your own undoing and refuse to package your pain as content for someone else's consumption. If you're still listening, you know this. Belonging is not a prize for those who behave. Faith is not a tool for those who pretend. And joy, real joy, is what survives when hope and heartbreak have both packed up and left the building and you're just sitting there talking to yourself. Let me offer you three paradoxes to think about this week. Number one, faith and doubt are twins. You'll hear the world say, choose faith or choose doubt, but the real ones know. You don't get faith unless you're brave enough to doubt. You can't sing a resurrection song unless you've grieved what's been lost. So don't exile your questions. Doubt is the doorway through which faith enters wearing muddy boots. Number two, to belong, stop trying to belong. Most of us spend a lot of time trying to package ourselves into the right shape. If I act like this, maybe they'll let me stay. If I play it cool, maybe I won't be found out. If I just keep my mouth shut, maybe they'll like me. But belonging begins the moment you let go of trying to earn it. The minute you show up as yourself, as that wild, unsorted, unapproved version of who you really are, that's where you find your people. And then you can belong to the ones who've also stopped pretending. Three, the only way out is through. You may want to run, to disappear, to hit the eject button on your life and your own suffering, but every honest priestess of paradox will tell you you do not have to be okay to keep going. You don't have to be brave to move forward. You just have to keep showing up. The only way through the wilderness is to stay in it. So why am I here? Because you're here. Because your refusal to give up is already an act of faith. Because the world needs witnesses to the in-between, translators of the absurd, ambassadors of the beautifully broken. I have no holy water, but I do have a blessing for you. May you befriend your own bewilderment. May you know the deep and secret joy of not fitting in. May you recognize in your own confusion the beginning of wisdom. May you bless the mess, name the paradox, and find your own way, even if it's sideways, even if it's slow. And if anyone asks what church you go to, you can tell them the truth. I go to the Church of Joy, where the only credential is the ache that won't go away. The only sacrament is laughter through tears. And the only one in charge is whoever's willing to stand up at the threshold, hold the doors open, and say, yeah, you belong here too. Welcome to Paradox. Welcome home.